Wake up, because this truth will hit you like lightning if you're ready to receive it. Your subconscious mind does not respond to logic. It does not listen to reason. It doesn't care how smart you are, how many facts you know, or how much you plan. It listens to one thing above all else: emotion. Emotion is the key. Emotion is the voice it hears. Emotion is the language it understands. If your thoughts are the words, then emotion is the volume dial. And the subconscious only turns up the message when the volume is high. So the question is, what emotions are you using to speak to yourself? You can say, I'm successful 100 times a day, but if deep down you feel like a failure, the subconscious only obeys that feeling. You can tell yourself, I am strong. But if your emotional state is one of fear, weakness, or self doubt, then that's the real message being delivered. The subconscious doesn't follow the words you whisper in front of the mirror. It follows the emotion you carry when nobody is watching. If your words are empty, your results will be too. But if your emotions are fierce, honest, and full of fire, then your subconscious will align every part of your life to match that emotional truth. This is why people get stuck. They think saying something is enough. It's not. They think reading a book will change their life. It won't unless it moves them, unless it stirs them, unless it reaches down into their chest and makes them feel something deep, something strong, something real, because that's when the subconscious takes notice. And that's when it shifts. That's when the mind starts rebuilding itself around a new core of a belief. You can't tiptoe into transformation. You have to feel your way into it with everything you've got. Think about how you've trained your subconscious up to this point. It wasn't with facts, it wasn't with spreadsheets or numbers, it was with emotionally charged experiences. When you were embarrassed, humiliated, rejected, abandoned, those moments got burned into your mind because they were soaked in emotion. And that's exactly why they stuck. That's why they still affect you today. Not because they were logical, not because they made sense, but because they made you feel something, and that feeling became part of your mental operating system. That's how trauma works. That's how fear develops. But that's also how healing happens. That's how power is built through new emotions, stronger emotions, repeated with fierce intent. If pain can program your mind, then power can reprogram it. If shame can build walls, then pride can break them down. But you have to be deliberate. You have to flood your subconscious with new emotions on purpose. You have to rise each day and decide what emotional state you will carry into battle. Because life is a battle and your feelings are your weapons. Weak feelings will leave you defenseless. Powerful ones will make you unstoppable. Let me be absolutely clear. You don't need permission to change your emotions. You don't need someone to give you a reason to feel confident. You don't need success first to feel worthy. That's backward. That's how most people live, and that's why most people stay stuck. You must create the emotion now. You must feel successful before the success arrives. You must feel loved before the relationship shows up. You must feel driven before the opportunity appears. Because once you feel it long enough and strong enough, the subconscious will accept it. And once it accepts it, it goes to work proving it true. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And what you are is determined by what you feel most consistently. If fear is your default feeling, don't be surprised when your life is full of hesitation, failure, and regret. But if faith is your foundation, if gratitude becomes your baseline, if confidence becomes your rhythm, then the world begins to shift. Not because it's easy, not because it happens overnight, but because the subconscious rewires itself around your dominant emotions. So, how do you begin? How do you flip the emotional script? First, stop feeding yourself mental garbage. Turn off the noise. Turn away from the people who poison your spirit. Reject the language of lack, of doubt, of fear. Every time you repeat those emotions, you're strengthening a program that is keeping you small. And you must understand emotion is a choice. You may not control every situation, but you always control how you feel about it. And when you control how you feel, you control what message your subconscious receives. Next, begin deliberately installing new emotions. Stand up tall, breathe with power, speak with conviction. That matters. Visualize with intensity. These are not empty acts, they are emotional triggers. They set the tone. They give the subconscious a new message to follow. Don't fake it. Feel it. Feel what it means to win. That matters. Feel what it means to be disciplined. Feel what it means to be alive with purpose. Let that emotion take over your body until you're vibrating with the energy of a person who is already living the life you want. That matters. Because if you can feel it enough, your subconscious will believe it. And if it believes it, that matters. It will find a way to bring it to life. You see, that matters. Your emotional state isn't just a reflection of your life, it's a creation tool. Matters. That means you don't need to wait a reason to feel powerful. That matters. You choose the emotion that matches the life you're building, not the one you're escaping. That matters. That's how leaders rise from poverty. That's how warriors emerge from trauma. That matters. That's how legends are made, not by waiting for life to get better. That matters, but by generating the emotional force that turns chaos into greatness. Every single day, that matters. You are either feeding your subconscious fear or feeding it faith. And the one you feed will grow. If you wake up every day dreading what's next, your subconscious will start building a life that reflects that dread. That matter. If you wake up determined, thankful, focused, and hungry, even when things don't look perfect, your subconscious will start bending reality to reflect that strength that matters. It will help you spot the opportunities others miss. It will help you bounce back when others quit. That matters. It will unlock energy, discipline, and focus you never knew you had. Why? That matters. because it's not fighting your emotion, it's aligned with it. This is why emotional mastery is everything. Yes, not control, but direction. You don't suppress your emotions, you guide them. You feel the fear that matters and still choose courage. You notice the doubt and still walk forward with confidence. You hear the old voices, but you speak over them with something stronger. And every time you do this, every time you choose a new emotional path, you are sending new signals to your subconscious. And your subconscious listens, it obeys, it adjusts, and it builds matters. The truth is, your subconscious isn't broken. It's not against you. That matters. It has been trained by years of unconscious emotion. But now you are awake. That matters. Now you see how powerful emotion really is. Now you understand that every time you feel something deeply, that matters. You are writing the script for tomorrow, matters. That means your future is not in the hands of chance. It's in the hands of emotional choice. And when you realize that you can feel confident, powerful, driven, grateful, and focused on demand, you become dangerous. You become free. You become a creator of your life, not just a participant. Matter. So the challenge is simple but profound. Begin to feel on purpose. Feel stronger than your excuses. Feel louder than your fears. Feel bigger than your limits. Get obsessed with the emotion of your future. Matters. Fall in love with the feeling of progress. Burn the emotional fuel of your vision into your subconscious day and night. And when you do, when that feeling becomes your new normal,